said enough. PDF. Pay the motherfucking fee. Bang! Clean kills but dirty hustles. Working soda, pasta bubble, hard or soft, drop of butter. This just a little piece of my struggle. Hateful lies, selfish others, foolish friends, demon brothers. Chill out for a minute. Hey, what's up, bro? Hello. What's up? Want the green or the white? I need 3 zips of the white. Alright, yeah. Lost sisters and dying mothers. This just a little piece of my struggle. Gun tussles, fighting muscles. You can't lose or you can't buckle. It's fucked up how it come for you at different times in ways that touch you. Stand strong, quick and crush you. Love no one, trust now another. Believe a soul never, motherfucker. This just a little piece of my struggle. It's just a little piece of my struggle. Count on facts to lead the rovers, despise the truth, cherish the bogus, bypass the real, acknowledge the phonies, keep your enemies, leave your homies. This just a little piece of my struggle. Look how time can change, man. This just a little piece of my struggle. See it all, but don't know a thing. I know he dead, but I don't know his name. You wouldn't imagine what's in my brain that draws the line from making us the same. A tune played and a song sang. A trumpet sound or a shot rang. Me being king, a king being bang. Either way, it's just a soul slang. Hide my tears, flush my pain. What make you weak or make you go insane? Don't give a fuck is what I say, bro. That's what I say. It's just a little piece of my struggle. I bet. Oh, you got some good news for me. Yeah, that feels on the way right now. So everybody do it. Alright, that's okay. I understand, but I don't agree why we still have fights about color. Black and white are many people, bro. This just a little piece of my struggle. If money green, then what else matter? Sharing arguments instead of laughter. You got a creator, but serve a master. You know the devil and you know the pastor. Mom and dad, still a bastard. Spoiled child, still a rascal. Lick my wounds, heal faster. I'm the best at it, no before and after. Jail houses overruling jars. You can't be even, they make you hard. And wonder why you give them so much trouble. This just a little piece of my struggle. Appetites, but only a few can eat. Many views, but only a few can see. A lot trying, but only a few can be. So other people just eluding the street. I take from you, cause you will take from me. I'm everything I prayed and made them be. And for that shit, I even went against my mother. What's up, nigga? What's up, man? Shit. Hey, this just a little piece of my struggle. Just a little piece of my struggle. This just a little piece of my struggle. Yeah. Bang! This just a little piece of my struggle. Square witness.
Good evening. Good evening. We're back. before we get started. Before we get started, I want to tell you what. I've been really struggling for the past 2 days. And I'm struggling with what I've come to find out about Classic and Sincere Dean, Orrin and Orson West. I've been dealing with that not very gracefully because I could never get myself to the point where I believed that those two boys were dead. And so that also was it was it was my first gig. And I did that gig the same way I did this gig. I mean, I don't know how YouTube can call you wrong when you do what's actually right. Chris McDonough told you 4 days ago. You got to treat these people with respect. And I quote, if at any time during a day you disrespect these people, it's over. Even if they're the suspect, you won't get any more information. And for me, that was bittersweet because he knew what he was supposed to do from day one. So we get to day 160 and we start having epiphanies about what we should be doing. We should take our stature and we should tell the internet what they ought to be doing now that they should have been doing way back then. I did that every day on the West case. I did that. I made mistakes. I ventured to call other people suspects in my crazy chase to keep the ideology of due process alive. Let me tell you what, in terms of YouTube, I was wrong. But in terms of what I believe is right before my God, I was right. And it was worth it. And I'd do it the same way again. Would not change a thing. In fact, I didn't change a thing. Those two little boys, man, for 14 months, been trying to figure out how they got out of the house on December 21st and how we watched all the heads bounce into the van on the neighbor's camera and we're like, no. I mean, we went so far as to show the shape that a mother would look on a camera with low resolution if she was holding a child, right? She'd be bigger up here and then thinner. Like we made our minds believe that the boys left on the day they said they did. Clearly they didn't. 90 days before that, they were already dead. I find out today that they made their other children help. They made their other children help. Holy fuck. They made their other children help them. I can't imagine. Before I get started on last night, I've been holding something on my chest. I've been holding something on my chest and I can't hold it anymore. Brad Bashan, Lizzie B. Savage. Got a couple of questions for you. You went to the real chill grass first, right? Right? You didn't want to play ball. Where'd you go after that? You went to Griff. That didn't work. Then where'd you go? You went to John Crimes. You went to John Crimes and tried to sell him a story to make Brad not as bad of a bad guy. But you gotta ask yourself why. Why do all roads lead back to familiar places? Why? Let me ask you a question, Brad. Lizzie. Who's that? Who's that, Brad? Who's that, Lizzie? Who is that? Brad. Who is this, Brad? Who is this, Polly? This is Polly. This is Voldemort's mom. There's Brad. Who's that? Well, sure the fuck looks like Polly Bernard to me. I don't know why. Why, Lizzie? Why, Brad? Why? Why is this a thing? Why? Enough about that. So we bring ourselves to this. Let's listen to it.
Can you call Candace and tell her how to make mullets?
Welcome to Anonymous True Crime. Baby Bandit Benny has had a bad day. He has let his mask slip. Queen Candace has been bold enough to set up her own
transformative pause.
YouTube channel. How can the bandit now be the Cash App King? His mission has failed. His tactics exposed. He underestimated the Queen upon Wells Mountain. Benny supported Jacqueline and Trezel as well. Now charged with murder of two beautiful innocents. Blood money is made feeding upon potentially murdered children's blood. We want justice for Summer and children suffering.
Transformative pause.
Like, share, bell, follow.
So, Fizzle, I love your ass, bitch. Dutchie, I love your ass, bitch. Libby, I love your ass, bitch. Brandy Bradford, I love your ass, bitch. Lady H, I love your ass, bitch. Izzle Pop, I love your ass, bitch. Rap View, I love your ass, bitch. Mark Trom, I love your ass, bitch. Honest Rage, I love your ass, bitch. Dutchie, again, I love your ass, bitch. So if I love you when you're a bitch, if you love me when I'm a bitch, isn't it still love when I say fuck that bitch? Ain't it still love in that? When somebody asks me to do something that is going to be to the detriment of someone else, and I say I don't want to be involved in it, I'm like, man, fuck that bitch. You can say it's distancing. You can say whatever you want. Only I know. Only Candace knows. Anonymous True Crime, they don't know.
Hands down, the best deodorant.
She don't know. She wants to know. She don't know.
Which, in theory, they do.
Right? She don't know.
100 victims or 3 offenders. So the 3 offenders meet that threshold.
So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Well, I'll tell you something I want to talk about, but I'm not going to. And it's them dusty ass private investigators that are around the fucking wells. Y'all are dusty in a bitch. Y'all are dusty as fuck. Would I call Candace a bitch again? You motherfucking right I would. Why wouldn't I? You mean to tell me I'm supposed to hold Candace to some special standard that you say I should? I say whatever the fuck I want. And if that lady don't like it, she can move the fuck from around me. But I promise you it's not that serious, is it? She's in the chat right now. It ain't that serious. But it is that serious, isn't it? You mean to tell me I'm the new Don Wells? Who I? I'm the new man of the Wells house, huh? if you're not trying to put Benny in the sack with her in these cute ass little cute in the butt videos, then you're out here trying to say I'm saying fuck that bitch. I did say fuck that bitch. The fuck you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do a bitch ass thing about it. Nothing. Except keep making these little videos. You can't do what I can do. Anything you can do, I can do better. So why don't you, while you're out here saying Benny supported Jacqueline and Trezell West, guess what? All of Kern County criminal justice supported them too. Every single day they weren't in jail. Most of you dumb bitches are wrong because you're not smart. Some of you bitches are right because you're not smart. And then there's me. Wouldn't I behave exactly like the lawyer you would love to fucking retain, wouldn't I? When it came to criminal justice and someone fucking standing behind you, you would hire me to do that. Not only would you hire me to do that, it would be a blessing from somewhere celestial if I gave it to you for free. For free. For free. You got Lizzie B. Savage running around here doing all this fuck shit she's doing. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Look here, bitch. You're with the chief offender, bitch. I don't do this shit like this with little peons. Lizzie, you ain't shit, bitch. Quit this whole ass shit you got going on. Quit fucking talking about me, bitch. Because when I call you a fucking bitch, I don't mean it the same way as when I call Candace a fucking bitch. It's shit going on in real life. You'll never know. Shit that doesn't have anything to do with Summer or the boys. You do know that parents have whole complete situations going on every fucking day that won't have anything to do with thinking about the children that are gone at all. To spend every waking second not being able to function in the rest of your life because the internet wants you to stay hung up on one thing. And I'm here to tell you, baby, it can't be both ways. You're not going to please 100% of the people 100% of the time. Now, we're all adults. We all have sensibilities. Do we not? We all are suspect and subject to having our sensibilities fucking trampled on. But let me tell you what. I don't hide when I trample. I don't hide behind a fucking moniker. My real face is my real face, and 1,000% of you know my real name. Most of you know my son's name. I don't come here and do things so that Candace owes me anything. Candace don't owe me shit. And I don't owe Candace a bitch ass thing. I don't owe that woman nothing. I could split away from her romantically, because that's where you put me, I can split away from this woman and it ain't no love lost. None. I gotta keep loving on the situation even if I'm not in it. You gotta keep loving on the situation, because just if, and this ain't no fracture, there hasn't been no fracture in Candace and my relationship. I'm not sitting around hoping that Candace don't hear me call her a fucking bitch. I'm not doing that. That woman knows what I've been through. I call her a bitch to her face. Just like she has names for me too. The fuck? You act like that's me spitting out the R word or the N word, or, man, bitch ain't shit. Shit, if it's a woman out here that think there ain't some bitch in her, she's also a fucking liar. Because guess what? If it's a man out here that thinks that he don't have some bitch in him too, he's a fucking liar. I got some bitch in me. So what are we upset about? We upset about Benny Keys calling out the bitch in a situation? Or we just trying to create more issue so that maybe in our wildest dreams, Candace will stop relying on Benny and Benny will stop relying on Candace. Because to make sure Candace is fucking miserable, in a constant state of suffrage, that's what we want. Let's strip everyone away. Let's strip everyone away behind some words that the man says every day. I don't sneak around here and whisper skank, or, man, I say fucking bitch. The only woman out here to get offended by being called a fucking bitch is a woman that's lying to herself and thinks that she don't have a bitch inside of her somewhere. We all do. It's like saying you don't have no hater in you. That's a goddamn lie. God put a sliver of jealousy in all of us. And the one that tells you that he don't have it, so what is it, man? It isn't me. You don't hate me. You hate what I stand for. And what I stand for is standing in front of other people that have not been brought to trial, have not been arrested, have not been indicted, true billed, prelimed. Nothing. Most of you don't have a fucking clue how it starts at A and ends with Z, and someone being in prison or not. You have no clue. I heard somebody the other day tell me they tried to pass off to me like they were some kind of fucking criminal justice genius. And they tried to convince me that when someone pleads guilty before a trial, they still have a trial. I said, madam, no, they don't. Oh, yes, they do. How do you make someone prove to you something that isn't fucking real when they believe it with all of their heart? I said, madam, they don't have trials. They have sentencing. It's not a trial. It's not a trial. That's handed down by the judge. You don't even know. You don't even know the mechanics and the components of criminal justice, and here you are. You jump out of the fucking back of y'all's hillbilly ass trucks. All of us are hillbillies in this shit. None of us are exempt. A motherfucker that will come here and call somebody from Tennessee a hillbilly is a goddamn hillbilly in their own right. And they're judgmental. So I'm a fucking hillbilly too. I am Donald Wells. I am Candace Wells. You all are. You all are. Let me tell you what. I guarantee you it's some real spiritual fucking women in here tonight. And I guarantee you a whole bunch of y'all motherfuckers done made Don your Jesus. You done gave Don more time in the past 8.5 months than maybe you've ever thought about giving your Jesus in your whole life. You'll tell somebody, I'll pray for you looking ass, but you won't pray. You'll tell somebody, I've been praying for you looking ass, but you ain't prayed. You just say you do. So, I'm allowed to have my opinions. I'm allowed to have an opinion. You guys know that? I mean, I kick all the facts that are available. So when I say something, at least 8 times out of 10, the bitch is rooted in fact. Fact. Let me tell you what, if I don't know the answer to something, and I usually do, if I don't, I'm like a surgeon and I know where to go procure the answer from. I know where. Most of you, well, not most of you, let me retract that. Let me be articulate and accurate. It is a lot of you that started out as weak-ass Facebook friends to this woman, and you got 3 minutes worth of recorded shit off the broad. Let me just say, you recorded the bitch for 3 fucking, so not call her a bitch again. You recorded the bitch for 3 fucking minutes, and then you put the bitch's voice online and think now you got a YouTube channel. You got 3 minutes of the bitch's voice. That's all you got. You think I give a fuck about what somebody named Blowhorn Betty says about me? It's a bunch of people that want me to care about what she says. I can't take that seriously. I just can't. I mean, what's different than taking orders from this motherfucker right here? It's no different. You're not about to get me to answer to a fucking soda can logo on a screen. Not never. That's when. Not never. It's a whole bunch of y'all that render all types of fuck bitch shit. But don't have the very fiber that makes you a real man or a real woman to go there and fucking be respectful to them people and do the right fucking thing. I mean, for fuck's sake, all of us grew up playing Barbie doll, playing cops, playing robbers, playing cowboys, playing Native Americans. You see how I didn't use that I word. You dig? We grew up pretending. And then we get to YouTube, we get to the true crime age, and all of a sudden, guess what? Us simple motherfuckers, we don't know how to pretend no more. We don't even know how to come in this motherfucker and act like we like them people so that we can at least think we're tricking them out the answers. But see, that's what you'd have to do. Me? It wouldn't matter what I said, as long as when I said I was going to do it, I fucking did it. It don't matter what it sounds like. The people that can't do shit and cannot be effectual in this at all will get caught up on the way it fucking sounds. And it hasn't never been about what it sounds like. It's about what it is. You don't have a fucking clue of what it is. You people are re-rendering screen records of some shit like you think you just found the fucking Noah's Ark. Not knowing that I come here and tell you, has Candace acted like a fucking bitch through this thing? Yeah. Occasionally. Has Don acted like a fucking bitch through this thing? Yeah. Has Benny acted like a fucking bitch through this thing? Yeah. The fuck? You making that some really regular shit. You making that like that's some shit that don't never come out of my mouth. And I'll be the first one to call a man or a woman a bitch because I don't, like, that doesn't bother me. I'm sorry if it bothers some of y'all. Hey, move around. Otherwise, the ones that want what you think you got today, man, you just need to shut the fuck up and pay attention. Because I'll show you how to do this shit. You're learning on the fly. You're not even good at not being bad. You're not good at being bad yet. You're still real young. Real young. You don't put no fucking Tennessee gravel in your shoes and walk around with that shit. You ain't been down there and fucking put your hands in the water and shit at Warrior Park. Fuck you doing? Well, you're sitting on your fat bitch ass. Thumb warring with these motherfuckers on this bitch here. Guess what? Fuck it. Anybody out here don't like some shit I do? You can tell me I don't like that, I'm about to leave. I'm not going to tell you, fuck you, get out of here. I'm going to say, I hate that. I hope at some point I can redeem my image in your eyes to you, which is really a problem of yourself. It's not my problem. So all of a sudden last night, the word bitch hit different. Y'all want it to hit different. It don't. It doesn't fucking hit different. It's a bitch, it's a bitch, it's a bitch, he's a bitch, she's a bitch, they're a bitch, all of them are bitches. See, the scary part to me isn't that I said, fuck that bitch. It's that you put so much importance on that. You care more than she does. Why? Because if you'd have made a video every time I said fucking bitch, you'd have 1 million fucking videos. But you chose just this one fucking bitch. Well, guess what? We're just going to nip this one right in the backside. And for now on, Candy, I love you, but for now on, I'm only going to refer to you online as a fucking bitch. Take it or leave it. Love it or hate it. And from now on, you can call me Sleazy, Kitty Kitty, Burger King. That shit don't hurt my feelings. You kidding me? You mean that we're all old enough to be on adult YouTube, but names but sticks and stones, right? No, not right. Not right in any sense. I mean, what the fuck? Guess what? God forbid I ever have to ride the train, but let's say I sit down on the train next to somebody that has a face like Anonymous, and they're sitting there telling me about me saying fucking bitch. Boy, I'll go across your goddamn cheekbone. Both of them, probably. It's only here. You could be tough. You can still be ineffectual here, but you can be tough. In the real world, you can't be either one. Because you know what? I always feel accomplished. I always feel accomplished when I hide behind some shit and throw a stone. Hell yes. You ought to feel just fucking loaded just wired for sound. You got to. That's got to be so fucking empowering to stand behind some shit and throw a stone. What's worse? Me saying fucking bitch, or you hiding like a bitch throwing a stone? Man, come on. I haven't broken no celestial law. But doesn't it say, don't throw a stone and hide your hand? Or if you live in glass houses looking ass. You got to make all of that make sense. You have to. See, it doesn't matter if at the end, step back, it does matter. To me, it matters. When we get to the end of this, whether Don and Candace go to jail or not is inconsequential to you. Just like so many of you that watched the Orrin and Orson West case unfold, and then you get to the back end of this fucking deal and you find out the boy's been dead, the other kids had to help, and it's a bunch of us been calloused since the last time we talked about that when we hear it today, it can't touch us. It can't get down in there and make an effect. It can't render a feeling inside of you because everything you put yourself through here since then is giving you alligator skin. Me too. Fuck, I didn't had people approach me about wanting them to, get some charges filed on some, and had to look at some pictures, some fucking autopsy pictures of some dead fucking boy. Baby James. I know it's gonna be some of you that know his mom, Kara, and little baby James. I guarantee 99% of you never had to listen to a mother tell you about how badly she wants some fucking shit done. And when she's telling you, she's showing you pictures of her dead fucking son. Or because you trust in the process. I trust in the process. I trust in Jesus. I don't trust in private investigators and bullshit hound dogs. Fuck both of them. I believe in the power of God, first and foremost. Then I believe in the power of stats, science, numbers, and anything else that cannot be stretched, bent, or manipulated to fit someone's agenda. And then third, in terms of this here, comes a qualified, tenured professional. Let me tell you what. 30 days of watching this shit unfold on Tiffany Marie's or True Crime Exposed doesn't make you a fucking expert. It doesn't make you strong enough to handle the fragile delicacy of the sensitive information that is just now widespread everywhere like it's fucking nothing. We can't wait to be the first one to potentially have the real Wells Boys CPS paperwork this time. We didn't have people stand in line trying to be the one to come out and say, I will be the one that will expose these documents when we know it's in the child's best interest to never have that exposed. And it's against the law looking ass. But we want to be the first ones. We want to be the first ones to bring some bones online. We want to be the first ones, the first fucking ones. Meanwhile, it's people on YouTube just shining their fucking image all day long and actually haven't done a fucking thing to find this child. Not even put a fucking sticker in the back of their window. And I mean the bare fucking minimum. Let alone be told by the family and many people in the family, Benny, bro, you restored some hope. I never, ever fucking entered this thing thinking that I was going to find Summer Wells. I come in knowing that I could stay in a lane forever. Look at me. I could stay in a lane, not switch up. And I'm not doing anything phenomenal. I'm doing what fucking it takes to be a fucking American. Freedom, justice. Without freedom, there's no justice. Without justice, there's no freedom. Freedom and justice, they're like this. And this is not Lady Justice, but she's blind. What does that mean? It means that when you walk into a court, it is not so as the bad guy can get away. It's so as with the due process, you hope you never incarcerate the wrong person. That's the kicker. Do they let the bad guy go every fucking day, all the time? And they know it's gonna be that way. They cannot change it. But the real key to due process is to make sure you never falsely convict or incarcerate anyone. No one. But you don't know that. You don't know that. You may have gotten a jury summons one time in your life and you were like, ooh, this will be fun looking ass. And you go sit down and you probably looking at somebody, you're like, I don't like the way his hair cut. Fuck it, he's guilty. To be a juror is to be a cop or to be a soldier in a foreign land fighting a fucking war that doesn't have anything to do with you specifically or individually. It's for the greater cause. To sit on a jury is to be a part of civic service. It's very fucking important. Those 12 people into alternates are what decide the fate of the people we think may not be suitable to be walking around all the rest of us. That's serious fucking business. It's so fucking serious that there's no one person or no 12 people that are always appointed to the same fucking job every day. It's rotating. We take due process very seriously. Can you imagine a world where the average citizen is never right and the police are never wrong? It would be a dictatorship is what you would have. You would have old 1990s Iraq, Afghanistan. It's the difference. Due process. You ever seen a tiger go through due process? You ever seen a monkey that stole from another monkey sit down and go through due fucking process? That's what separates us from the animals, that and the thumb. And if you can't get that through your mind, being a human is not for you. If it's not something you get fired up about, this ain't for you. If you have a propensity to think that a minority other than your own skin tone, you have a problem with them, this ain't for you. If you have a problem expressing your opinion to a group of people that let you believe they accept it as fact, this ain't for y'all. And if you can't stand in the same place every fucking day, no matter what comes past you, this ain't for you. So you mean to tell me that we have this whole community of true crime women and gentlemen who are exceptions to the fucking population? You do know the whole rest of the fucking world runs on due process, right? It's only in minds like Gigi and the rest of them where it doesn't actually exist. You ever sat on a jury? Me either. But I sat facing one. Most of my adult life. And you can't imagine being locked up for something you didn't do and scratching to get out. Asking to go to the law library so you can read through the books, but it's your first time here at this law library. You didn't know that all the highest per diem cases, gun cases, dope cases, so on and so, all them pages been ripped out the fucking books. It's not even available for you to fight your own case. So what do you got to do? You got to go back and you got to put heads together with people that are around you that been through the shit too. You know, there's a lot of women and men that don't realize, for instance, when you get a speeding ticket, you can fight it. They didn't know. Had no idea. Right? Like, this is heavy lifting. This is spiritually heavy lifting that you could never be fully qualified to try to perform. It's a crash course. You learn as you go. But the key is while you're learning, you're not learning at someone else's fucking expense. You can learn and stay reserved where you're not trampling over shit or you're not jumping in front of the fucking cavalry before it's time. You play your role. You play your position and you're just locomoting on fucking cruise control. You ain't necessarily in a rush, but you ain't exactly late either. So that would make you right on time. No reason to hurry up and get there early and have to sit. And no reason to enjoy the ride to get there and hustle around because you're late. The key with this is to be on time. The key to this is to see, oh, this emotion, this whatever is running low. And before it runs low like a gas tank, what you got to do is you got to replenish it. You work at Burger King. Before you're like, fuck, we're out of pickles. And now you got 18 burgers stacked up and you got to go get pickles. You got to prepare whatever the fuck. And you done slowed it up. When you should have went and got the pickles at X time. And replenished it. And kept the process rolling. If I tried to explain to you people the very delicate balance of what it takes to keep all of this shit looking just, only just like this. It's unimaginable. I was talking to a man. You guys know him as Tim Mullins. I know him as the Sandman. Fucking call him whatever you want. I said today to him, I said, man, you know what? I can stand right here and say that I carry the Wells shit with integrity. And that was just something that just like, bleh. And Tim was like, hold on, I got to write that down. And I'm like, what? I write it down. So that's like, it's like the whole ball of wax. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, shit. Like, shit. The whole fucking thing. It's shit. But I carry it with fucking integrity. I carry their shit like it's my shit. Or my grandma's shit. Or my cousin and them shit. My nephews and nieces shit. People I care about. Why would there be time as a human being for me to create levels to how I'm going to help? Well, this one here, I'm not going to help all the way. Well, this one here, I don't want to help at all. This one here, I'm going to barely help. What? You're either going to help or you're not. There's no degrees in between. Well, I kind of want to help him, but if it doesn't go my way, I'm going to pull it back. If that's how it is, keep it. Don't offer me shit on a string. I don't want it. I can always see the string. And I can always see the spin. So let me tell you what. I'm going to close with this because I'm right at 1 hour. It's like God put this whole thing together. If you got a problem with hearing the word fucking bitch, that shit doesn't hurt my feelings. It doesn't hurt my feelings when they say I'm gay or bisexual or got hep C or whatever. There's no way I could let a lie hurt me and the truth never could. So guess what? I got an architecture. This resembles architecture. It's a vessel. It's a receptacle. It doesn't fucking change. It doesn't matter if it's red, blue, clear, hot, cold, boiling, frozen. It's gonna hold the contents of what it's asked to hold, no matter the conditions. That cup, that's due process. I am like that cup, that's due process. The next time a little kid goes missing, what used to hold Don and Candace, we'll just put the next people in there too, and we'll hold them just the fucking same, and we won't change nothing. What will we change? Not a fucking thing. And we will continue to be helpful when it's time to hold something important. Don't change. Don't switch. I mean, a lot of you, I don't even think could train dogs well, because we know you have to be consistent. I see so much flip-flopping. Holy shit. And this is the thing people don't realize about flip-flopping. Even a pancake has 3 sides. These people are not good at this. Not good at all. And when they're bad at it, when the human element fails the human element, it's tragic. Guess what? I told Candace the first day I talked to him, I will not fail you. Most of the times, that is an impossible feat. In fact, you ought not tell someone you won't fail them, because we're only human. We know we'll fail. I promised them I wouldn't fail them, and I haven't yet. Fucking since second week in August last year, every day doing this right here. Most of it don't have nothing to do with this. Nothing. Some of you, it won't matter what you ever do, you just won't be good at this. And then there's others that don't have to try very hard, and they're really good at this. I met a couple of ladies last night. They're phenomenal at this. Krama Mama ladies, they're fucking good at this. Most of you that aren't over here, and I'm not biased to you, takes a different flavor to stay neighbors, right? And we're all in love with each other over here. We all think the same way. It's not cultish. If we're a cult, then America in Due Process is a cult. Right? We take this shit so serious. We got city jails, we got county jails, we got state jails, courts. We've got federal. We've got superior courts. We've got just due process is very real, very serious. It's the reason why some of you feel comfortable enough to leave your fucking windows up when you go to sleep, or the reason why you don't lock your front door, because you know there's a due process. But then you come here with your finite understanding and limited skills, you're just a fork or a spoon. A fork is never going to say, oh, this tilapia is excellent, or this Hungry Man TV tray is bullshit. A fork, it's going to taste the same way every time. Then it's useful. Imagine not knowing that you're going to pull the fucking spoon out of the drawer, and then magically when you decide you want to eat soup with it, holes appear in the bottom of it. Can you imagine not knowing that if you picked up this cup, the handle doesn't break off? You get what I'm saying? You got to know and believe and understand that things are going to be the way they are every time, and it's not going to fucking change. You got to know that when you twist the fucking handle, the door is going to open every time. When you flick on the switch, the light comes on every fucking time. And that is things that we rely on, but we know we rely on those things. We don't even know or take into an account how much we rely on the thing we don't even know we rely on. Unfortunately, in terms of my walk, in the way that I feel about due process, not really much more I could do other than to not do stuff. There isn't anything that I'm lacking. In order to be the best I can be, I need to stop deliberately going after people like Ernie Shell or Molly Golightly or Blowjob Sweaty. Like, who cares? But unfortunately, that's not how I'm cut. I'm never going to be in love with YouTube. I'll be in love with the people on it. They take this fucking channel tomorrow. We got another one ready to go. And shit won't stop. It's not going to stop. I am not in love with the world or anything in the world, because if the love for the world is in you, the love for the Father is not. I love all of you. I don't know. Like, I don't really know the standard and the protocol that people try to adhere me to. I never agreed to adhere to a fucking thing. None of anyone said. So I call my situation a game. It's my thing. It's our thing. I'm rough around the edges and I pray to stay that way. Please don't waste any more time thinking that if I call anybody a fucking bitch, guess what? If I call somebody a fucking bitch, it probably means deep down inside of me, I got a lot of love for that person. Otherwise, if I didn't, I wouldn't even take the time to say shit about the person. They just go walk on. It's only if I feel a certain way would I react a certain way. I love all of you individually. Remember, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Call somebody you love today a fucking bitch. And mean it as a term of endearment. And I bet you said, come here, you fucking bitch. they'll know it's a little something extra on it.